All right, everybody. Sorry about that. We're having some issues here tonight. I don't know what's going on. I'm not seeing it on Facebook. It says I'm live, but I'm not seeing it, so I'm not sure if it's working or not. Anyhow, we're here with GFRL Homenet hosting Cup Series at Daytona International Speedway for 100 laps tonight. Should be a pretty good race here. Got 16 drivers out here right now. I'm here with Curtis. What's up, Curtis? How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good, just getting everything together.
Yeah, we're trying to get Nathaniel out here. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to make it out here tonight. I know he's here in the room with us. Hopefully he can get something going. Gotta love it when things go according to plan.
Yeah, everything starts going according to plan, and then something decides, no, I'm not working.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with me and Facebook, man. For 2 weeks now, I've been having nothing but issues every time I try to go live. Mine shows it's live, but just thinking, so I don't know, man. Anyway, I hope it is live. I hope you're seeing it on there.
So far from what I'm seeing, it is working live on Facebook, but
that don't mean it's gonna stay.
okay, so it will just be us in the booth. Nate cannot fix this technical problem with PayPal.
All right, so we're here at Daytona. We're gonna have 100 laps here tonight. Right now, you got Robert Hill Jr. up on the point. Eric Minch running in second. Ooh, big wreck down on the back.
This is definitely a track I think we'll see a different winner on because it's Daytona. Anyone can win this race.
Yeah, we were seeing who was it? There was a number 300 number that was up on the top earlier. It might have been the 322. He had a pretty fast lap going. You'll see anybody take this win tonight. Hopefully, have a nice clean green flag run here for 100 laps. See some green flag pit stops.
Yeah, hoping to get some green flag stops. And currently we have 4 rookies that are new this season. We have Cody McCorkle in the 322, Nate Cotila in the 304, Rhett Standingwater in the 355, and Bruce Wright in the 392.
And we're seeing a lot of cars getting torn up right now on warm-up. I got the points here. Let me throw them up real quick. Right now, your points leader is Eric Mick. He's got 13 starts, 7 wins, and he's got a total of 684 points. Running in second is Michael Trevarthen. Jeff Schmidt running third in the point standings. Fourth is Jeff Wupker. Fifth is Skylar Allen Sr. Josh Bonwell is holding on to sixth. Austin Marion is seventh. Tyler Cox, last week's winner. He's sitting in eighth. He gained a couple of spots last week. Joe Burchett sitting ninth. Robert Dudley right now rounding out your top 10 in the point standings.
And currently, I'm not seeing the points leader, Eric Mick, sitting in posted a time yet. So I don't know if he'll actually be able to make the race.
Yeah, surprised to see a couple of guys that are on that top 10 not here tonight. I know still, a lot of people still traveling right now with the holidays, 4th of July that was here. A lot of people do go away. So I'm not really sure how that's going to work out, but it's going to be beneficial to some of the drivers that are here because they are going to move up a couple spots in the points.
Oh, definitely. We got number 2. I believe it's Eric Minch is in the second and Jeff Schmidt's third. They're both going to benefit huge from this, from the absence of the leader.
Yeah. And I forget what the point differential was just on that. Take a quick look again. 684 and 667, so pretty close gap right there.
Yeah, depending on how they do points in the league, I'm not 100% sure of if lower numbers will affect points. But we could see a new leader, or we could see a tight, close battle next race.
So anyhow, with the guys with the 300 numbers, like right here, you have the 392 of Bruce Wright. Those are new drivers to the series. 355 Rhett Standing Water, 304 Nate Catilla, 322 Cody McCorkle. They're new guys to GFRL, so they run a 300 number for the first season. So this way, if you're wondering why there's a couple cars out there with a 300 number, that's what it is. There is no fast repairs here at GFRL. There'll be 100 laps tonight, no stages, and I believe, if I'm right, there's a 12X, or do they remove that for Daytona? Do you know, Curtis?
I am looking at, there is still a 12X incident limit, so if you reach that 12X limit or exceed, you will be disqualified from the race.
And that means guys are going to have to be careful bumping each other, because you can get a 4X easily on a pretty hard bump right there, bump draft.
You can easily get a 4X, and if there's a wreck on the front stretch and you have to use the grass, you got to remember that's an incident 1, so you got to kind of bank for if you're going to have to dive in the grass or if you've got contact.
Oh yeah, that's going to be tough, man. But it should be pretty good. We're watching the 07 of Josh Baumwell right now. He's sitting 6th, running a couple more laps. There's about a little less than 3 minutes left before they do go to qualify. And you see him coming in full speed into the pits like we did a few times at Charlotte.
He's Kyle Larsoning the pits.
That was pretty good. He got in, got out, and kept it rolling, man.
Hey, at least he didn't pull I believe it was Corey LaJoy last year who was going to pit and hit the outside wall.
Oh, there he goes.
He just died.
There he goes. And looks like we have another driver coming on. We'll see if he's going to put any time up. But it looks like Charlton Sanders in the number 18 may be getting on the field here.
Are you seeing black smoke now for tire smoke?
Yeah. I think it was something to do with the update on night races now. It's kind of weird.
I don't have a problem with it. I like the new skid marks. I know we're kind of getting off topic, but I don't race that often because my wheel sucks, so I'm looking at this and going, ooh, new stuff.
So what,
Demolition Derby.
You changed your mind on the original wheel you were going to get?
I was looking. I'm currently with Fanatic hyping the Podium Series. I'm looking at the 2.5 still, but if the Podium Series isn't overly priced as a direct drive wheel, I might look at that.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm running a T500 RS. I mean, it's not a bad wheel. I like it. I don't know if getting a better wheel would help me or not anyway, you know what I mean? And I'd hate to spend all that money just to be in the same place that I'm at.
Well, it's more of like you can have an open wheel adjusted. I believe Thrustmaster provides an F1 style wheel.
Yeah, I've seen a bunch of different add-ons for it. I got one that I made custom.
Yeah. Like, currently I run a Logitech G29, and there is no customization with that, and I race Indy, so it's awful trying to race Indy with the steering wheel. I do not like it, especially in VR.
Yeah, you got to make your own, like I did here with the T500. I know they sell them, but I went on eBay and bought one and got an adapter, wired it up.
Yeah, the Logitech can't even be changed.
Oh, what did the 29?
G29,
yeah.
You can't even change the wheel.
That's right.
That I know of, at least.
Yeah. All right, we're getting ready to roll to qualify here. And we'll see if it's open qualify or or single car qualify. I believe it's going to...
5 minutes single car.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think they would give the option to go out with your teammate and grab a pole here. So we had last week's winner was Tyler Cox at Chicagoland Speedway. He led 145 laps out of 167. It was a pretty good race last week. It was really exciting, man.
Yeah, we didn't have many cars to start. I really didn't know what was going to happen, but we actually had a really good race going on.
I think all the way right down to the wire, wasn't it? I mean, it was like a pretty much of a battle right to the end.
Yeah, we started to get a little bit of a separation between, I believe it was Cox and maybe Trevarthen was second. I can't exactly remember the final standings, but we had a close battle between a few of the cars, and then we got a separation. Then it was a battle for, I believe it was 4th position.
Yeah, it was definitely a great finish there.
Yeah, a good highlight one I've got is the one between, I believe it was Austin Marion and Derek Pemberton early on in the race, where they were trading bumps and rubbing. That was a great battle.
Yeah. I see Marion here. I don't see Pemberton.
No, it doesn't look like anyone from Overtake Motorsports made the grid. Currently, we have a few drivers starting their lap. I believe the lead is Skylar Allen Sr.
Yeah, right now we're with the 42 of Brandon Puffenberger getting ready to take his first timed lap. We'll see some time start coming in. Should be coming in right about now. One good thing is, don't really matter where you start, it's where you finish. 100 laps, I mean, you got to show a lot of patience to make it. Hopefully we see these guys able to keep the cars pretty steady, not dance around too much.
Yeah, this is definitely not a track you want to start last on, though, or in the middle. You kind of want to be in the top first 2 rows, or you're in danger.
We're starting to see a bunch of times coming in right now. We have Skylar Allen up on the top.
And getting a 48.244. That's not a bad lap for single car qualifying.
No, not at all. We'll see if anybody's got anything for him. And then we'll see if anybody is going to the end of the line.
Got a bunch of different lines so far. Like in qualifying, most people run the traditional down on the line the whole way. But you got McCorkle just ran 3 and 4 on the high side. So it's interesting to see if the different lines are going to run or if it's going to be single file pretty quick. And Bonwell with a 47.710. That's a good second lap.
Yeah, I was just going to say, man, look at him. He just jumped right up. Let's take a ride here. But Cody McCorkle, the 322, he's sitting in 10th. I like that paint scheme he's got on there. The pens are, I always like that pen scheme.
An old classic skin.
See if he can do anything a little bit better. Right now he dropped to 14th. Let's see what he's got when he comes across the line here.
We're down to the line. That looks like it's going to be a good exit. Can he stick it? Going to lose a little time on the exit, but I think he'll be able to get at least top 7 here. Yep, he's going to get 4th, 47.767. What a lap.
Yeah, that was definitely a good lap. Josh Bonwell still sitting up in the top here. Counting down about minute 15.
Looks like everybody has posted a time. But iRacing will not kick it to the grid unless everybody has posted 2 laps, and I do not believe everyone will be.
And Jeff Webger just got himself up into 9th. Yeah, looks like Josh Bonwell going to be your pole setter here so far. Don't see anybody else coming out.
Looks like Bonwell will win the pole. Currently,
right.
The only cars showing lap times needed to be registered left are Jeremy Rigney and Brandon Puffenberger.
Yeah, they may... well, they got some times in there now, but I don't see them back out on the track. I don't think they're going to do anything else. But it looks like we'll have 16 drivers taking the grid here tonight. So we should be in for a pretty good race. Usually a little bit smaller field like that, 16 cars to 20 cars. Usually don't get too much mayhem. The only thing I like to see is if the guys can keep the cars steady, keep them from dancing around a little bit. I know in a couple of different races that we were doing, some of the guys that were running the inside line, man, just after a couple of laps, the car just started rising up, and it became a big issue to the drivers in the outside line.
Yeah, it definitely becomes who's comfortable up at the wall late in the run. The cars don't stick to the bottom as well, and the penalties have been announced. It'll be the 18 of Carlton Sanders and the 355 of Rhett Standingwater starting at the back of the field.
All right. All right, we got
that's gonna hurt.
Oh, go ahead.
That's gonna hurt Rhett. He was starting 7th, and Carlton's gonna end up starting 14th with the penalty, starting at the back in 15th and 16th.
Wow. All right, well, according to the grid, we got Josh Bonwell on the pole. Robert Hill Jr. is being shown in 2nd. 3rd is Jeff Schmidt. Cody McCorkle is being shown 4th. 5th is Austin Marion. Dylan Vos is being shown 6th on the start. 7th is Rhett Standingwater. According to the grid, Skylar Allen 8th. 9th will be Jeff Whoopker. Michael Trevarthen will start 10th. 11th is Jeremy Rigby. Nate Catilla is 12th. 13th, Bruce Wright. Charlton Sanders, 14th. Eric Minch, 15th. And Brandon Puffenberger is 16th. That'll change a little bit because some guys are going to go to the back, which I think that's a really cool rule. I know there's a lot of people that don't like that rule, but we like to see guys get out, you know, be able to get some laps in. Even though it's Daytona, you still want to know what the car can do. How the car feels.
Definitely, and being a driver in this league, before in the last season, I really didn't like that rule because I actually had to show up at practice and put down some time. But I definitely understand why they do it, what you have to do, and you actually get punished for showing up late, and it's a great rule.
Like, we understand, you know, people work, you trying to rush to get in and get set up, but for having, you know, you have to look at it from the other side too. You have guys that are out here that are practicing, and you know, to have somebody just come in last minute and wreck the whole field and ruin your night, man, that's a little bit aggravating.
Yeah, I totally understand that.
Yeah, too bad Nathaniel couldn't get that going, man. It would have been good to have him. He'll probably be with us next week when we do come back next week. Next week will be Kentucky. So be sure to tune in next week about same time. Hopefully we won't have any problems and get right to it. But it'll be Kentucky next week. We'll see who's going to be the winner here tonight. Josh Bonwell is taking them to the green.
Everyone's got a chance in this race. Starting in the pole means nothing.
Hopefully, when you're the guy up in the front, hopefully it means that you're going to watch everything happen in your mirror and not in front of you.
Or you don't get bumped in a turn. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's what my fear is, having somebody pushing me through the turns. I'm like, you know, you want to tell them, dude, back off a little bit.
Definitely, it's a different beast. We don't get plate tracks that often. 3 weeks out of the 36-week race schedule, so it's definitely a bit of a curveball in most of the driver schedules.
All right, we are getting ready to get these guys started off here for 100 laps here tonight. Josh Bonwell, your pole setter, going to take the inside line. Going to be bringing these boys to green. Waiting for that flag to drop.
Green flag drops. Bottom line's going to get a way better launch than the top line. We're going to have second place falling back to third, possibly getting into that bottom lane. Most of the top lane is high and dry without any drive.
Yeah, one thing we see with the Cup Series is the outside line is really tough to work with. Seems that the Xfinity Series got a better run on the outside line. It'll work for a little bit if they can get enough guys up there. You know, we should see something going on.
There's got to be a lot of beating and banging up top to be able to get a run. You got to have kind of a unified push, or else it's just not going to work up there. And what we're seeing right now is they're not bumper to bumper. They're sitting kind of a half a car away from each other, just drafting in the bottom lanes, just getting away for it. Top lane starts to come, and you see Robert Hill Jr. sitting on the high side, getting into that second row, looking for a run to try to get into the first row, but I don't know if he's going to be able to get it in the next couple of laps.
I'll tell you what, there are a couple of guys going up there trying to make that outside line work. Bonwell right now has got the lead, and it looks like the outside line's got a little bit of an advantage right now, closing in on him. But you see they lose it right here. Oh, 19 going around.
It's the 19 of Dylan Vos getting turned going into 3.
And he's got
Looks like
wicked damage on that car right now. Let me back up and we'll go see what happened here.
Dylan Vos got into Skylar Allen. It was all downhill from there. Drivers all involved. Let's see. Dylan Vos, Jeff Wubker. It looks like it's just those two. Skylar Allen having maybe a bit of front end damage, but nothing catastrophic.
And the 09 of Wubker going to get collected in that also. All right, we're under caution number 1. Like I said, you know, it looked like Vos kind of drifted up, and then Skylar Allen Sr. kind of like really had nowhere to go. You know what I mean? It looked like he really didn't make that big of a contact with him, but man, that threw that car.
It's that 200 mile an hour speed that you get kind of put into, and when these cars touch, there's no saving them.
How you doing tonight there, Josh's mom? Glad you could tune in. Good to see Josh back out on the track. Up in the front, took the pole and leading a bunch of laps here so far. We got a couple guys coming in, I believe.
I believe we will have a split pit. Barthen's going to be in, Sanders, Wubker, Skylar Allen, Jeff Schmidt all going to the pits.
Take a look at some of the pit times here, see if there's right side tires or just fuel.
I don't know if 4 laps in tires is advised at Daytona. I think it might be some fuel strategy here.
I'm seeing a lot of long pit stops. Skylar Allen Sr. is getting some damage repaired. Looks like Trevarthen's getting damage repaired. Wubker.
Trevarthen got 4 tires and fuel. Might have gotten a little bit of that rear end damage knocked out. Not sure where that came from, but
could have been in the checkup there, because I did see a lot of cars behind that incident just before. So you're watching GFRL Homenet hosting Cup Series at Daytona. We got 100 laps here tonight. We're under caution number 1. Josh Bonwell, your leader in the 07. He's got 3 laps led, coming to 4 laps led. He did start on the pole. Robert Hill Jr. in that number 67 going to be on that front row with him. And then you have the 322 of Cody McCorkle, the 65 of Austin Marion, the 11 of Jeremy Rigney, and the 304 of Nate Catilla.
This is where the whole race will change. Strategies will change with damaged cars. We've got 3 or 4 chewed up cars right now. Skylar was looking to pit again, but he's going to decide against it and reclaim his place in line.
I was going to say, right now it looks like the only car that's not on the track is Dylan Bose. And
Dylan Bose in that damaged machine trying to get as much fixed as he can to keep it aerotight.
Yeah, he really took a lot of damage on that hit. Looks like Josh Bonwell going to take the inside on the start. Robert Hill Jr. on the outside. We'll see what these guys do. See if that inside line, if that outside line is going to gather it together and try and make a run for it.
It's all going to depend, I think, on where these damaged cars sit.
But from what I'm seeing, looks like it's pretty good, your first 3 or 4 rows.
Yeah, it looks like most of the front end damage is tiny air leaks here in the hood, nothing catastrophic.
And it looks like Bose does get back out on the track.
Bose will rejoin the field. keeping on the lead lap, but he's going to have to make it around the track pretty quick as we're going double file. If he doesn't catch the field, he's going to be hurting.
Yeah, you know, he's got damage and alone. That's really going to hurt.
Have to see if he will be able to make the field. It looks like he will have a good chance of making the field. Sitting currently in 3, field just came out of 4.
All right, pace car is in. Green flag is out.
Top line getting a little bit better of a start. They were able to keep tight. It looks like, oh, Robert Hill is going to get into the bottom and leave Austin Marion high and dry.
Tell you what, that's a good move right there. Get down to that inside line right behind the leader and hang on for a while.
Definitely a bit of follow the leader going on right now. Early to the field, getting a little bit squirrely in 1 there.
Yeah, we got a little bit of movement up in that outside line. Look at that. It looks like
most of the field now transferring to the outside line. Bonwell getting dumped for the outside line. He's going to be trapped.
We'll see if the 67 is able to clear him and drop it down in front. Looks like he's being a little bit patient.
It looks like he's sticking to the high line. Is he going to drive it down? Yes, he will. McCorkle's going to stick to the high line. Bonwell looking to make it 3 wide. McCorkle making sure he's trapped down there.
That was a pretty daring move right there, but it worked. We got a new leader, Robert Hill Jr., out in the front. Baumwell moves to 2nd. Jeremy Rigney in 3rd. 322 McCorkle on the outside. Wow, we got somebody down low.
Right now we got the 42 of Brandon Pufferberger dropping back to the back of the field. He's not liking all the movement he's seeing, and I think he's making the right move.
Yeah, it's a little early to be fighting that hard, but, you know, it's a race, man. You got to run, got to go.
Yeah, we got a lot of movement in this field, and it has got to be terrifying for some of these drivers. Currently having, I think, 2 cars racing in the outside line. That is the 392 of Bruce Wright and the 96 of Skylar Allen. Carlton Sanders on the
contact.
Outside Sanders is going to get a little bit of the wall. Mitch is going to in contact. Allen's damage. Sanders is going to be involved as well.
And we're still green. Skylar Allen Sr. got some pretty heavy damage on his car. We got somebody else down there at the dead stop with no hood.
Going to be a lot of damage. We still haven't seen a yellow flag yet.
Tell you what, I think the 42 of Puffenbarger was pretty smart to go to the back because I believe he avoided all of that also.
He's still got a clean car. I think he had the right idea. We got several cars. Carlton Sanders, I believe he had to tow. His engine might be blown up. Skylar Allen's having to nurse his car back to the pits.
Yeah, he took on a lot of damage right there.
Yeah. Field is all spread out. Jeff Webker with a world of damage right now, getting his car back up to speed.
And Robert Hill Jr. is still out in the front. Bonwell 2nd, Rigney 3rd, Catilla 4th, and McCorkle 5th. And those 5 right now pretty grouped close together here.
Bonwell looking to create a high line on Hill. Hill making a little bit of a block. Catilla getting a little bit loose there.
Yeah, it looked a little scary.
A lot of movement going on with a lot of these cars. Right now, 2 on the high line, 3 on the low line. Who's got the biggest push?
Let's jump in with the 11 and take a look through his windshield.
So much horsepower in these cars, you got to be very fine with that throttle. Like, Lowline's going to get a good run, and Bonwell's going to have to settle back into the back of this field.
Yeah, we've seen him. He's blinking just a little bit. Hopefully it clears up for him, doesn't pose a problem tonight. A couple different guys blinking tonight, too. The 355 of Standing Water was just blinking.
Currently, in a little bit of a fun fact, the 3 out of the top 5 are currently rookies in the series. Harvey Hill Jr. still holding the lead, but it looks like Cotillo's looking to make a move sometime soon.
And Roberts got 5 coming to 6 laps led this time by, so doing pretty good here, man. Able to keep it out in that front. Let's go back a little bit to the 7th place, 392, Bruce Wright. We go back to the 61 leading that 3-car train of Jeff Schmidt. Got Michael Trevarthen and Austin Marion in that row.
These 3-car packs are going to be fast. Currently, they're not faster than our leaders, but I do believe later in the run they will have an advantage as they are veteran drivers in that grouping.
Yeah, we've spread out pretty good right now, too.
12 laps in, we've seen a couple incidents so far and lots of excitement in this race.
Looks like they're holding a little bit steadier now down here.
They're great now. McCorkle almost getting shoved below that bottom line. That would have been painful for position.
Yeah, you see the 355 right there. Standing Water trying to get oh, yeah, you see him blinking a little bit again. That's a little bit scary when you're around somebody like that. You don't know if they're wrecking or not. And a track like this,
you don't want to blink.
Yeah, and if you back off the throttle thinking that the guy's wrecking, then you're going to lose all that momentum that you just built up.
Currently, it looks like Standing Water running side draft on the high side all by himself. He's doing a pretty good job of staying there.
I'd be a little bit nervous if I was Bonwell or McCorkle because, you know, one little bit of a net code, man, that could end you really quick.
Yep, that definitely could. It looks like right now, Nate's trying to stay with Hill, maybe find an area to get by on the bottom, but Hill's doing such a good job of sticking to that bottom line.
And somebody pulling off there.
That is the 355 Rhett Standing Water pulling off.
And looks like I don't know.
He's gonna tow.
Yeah, he's gonna take it behind the wall. I wonder if he's having some really bad connection issues, maybe.
Currently, we just heard Carlton Sanders is taking it behind the wall. There's too much damage on that car.
We're looking back from the leader to second place, Nate Catilla. Running at 304 Ford Fusion, Bass Pro Shops.
Still not much movement in this front pack. They look to be just riding right now.
Looking back now from second place to third place, Josh Bonwell. Yeah, look like kind of spread out a little bit, single file. Going to be, as long as it stays green, going to be what you can do in the pits, who you go in with, and who you come out with.
Definitely pit strategy here. You definitely have to link up with someone. If you're not with someone, you're losing time.
So Jeff Schmidt currently sitting 6th, Michael Trevarthen 7th, Austin Marion 8th. Those three have been together for a while. I think they may have a little bit of a plan going on. Stay in line, keep it going straight. These guys, if they work together, they got a good bunch right there.
I think these three are have one mission in mind: catch the front pack. And we got a few guys in this front pack that are wiggling a bit in the corner, and they're costing a lot of speed for this group. So it's definitely helping that second pack.
Yeah. So right now we still have the 67 out front, and then we go back to McCorkle. It looks like Rigney's starting to slowly catch them. He needs a little bit more.
Looks like Rigney might lose this pack if he's not careful.
How far back from Rigney is, yeah, quite a ways back to Jeff Schmidt. So He really doesn't want to lose the draft on this pack right here.
A lot of lost time for these pit stops, and this lead pack's going to benefit from it.
To the 19, Dylan Vos back out on the track. I believe he is 2 laps down.
Currently, iRacing scores Vos 1 lap down.
I might not have caught up yet. Bonwell going to go to the outside. No, going to bring it back down in. I thought he was going to try something there.
Oh, it looks like they were just giving their cars a breath. Might be a temperature issue starting now.
Oh, look it, look it.
Oh, he's taking a run on the high side. Push from McCorkle.
Now, if he can get these guys down on the low lane to break it up just a little bit, man, he'd be able to get up there and challenge for that lead, take that lead back.
This definitely doesn't help help Hill trying to keep away from the second pack. Second pack's making up time.
Yeah, I was just going to say, if you look at Jeff Schmidt, you can see him now.
That pack's currently getting just half a corner back. And this battle going on is going to slow them down. 3 cars are faster than 2 in plate racing.
And look at Bonwell and McCorkle, man, doing a good job on that outside.
And Bonwell on the high side of Roberts. He's going to lose some pace due to being on the high side. Is he going to get a push from McCorkle to keep it there?
And take a look back. You see the 11 of Rigney a lot closer, and then go back to the 61 of Jeff Schmidt. They are definitely closing in on this front pack. We're going to have ourselves a battle here soon with a good bunch of cars right here.
Yeah, I think Rigney's waiting for Schmidt to come up. I think this second pack's going to come up on a mission, ready to pass most of this field.
And Bonwell's going to get scored. Your leader there, I don't know if you saw, but the 304 kind of got off of the back of the 26, the 67 there, and that allowed Bonwell and McCorkle to get a good run, put Bonwell across the line first.
Are they going to be able to push to be able to clear Hill, though? That's going to be the issue right now, especially with fuel, with pit stops coming up soon. Currently, Bonwell's clear, but they're trying to get McCorkle clear too. McCorkle's going to get close and tight with Hill. That almost resulted in something bad. Hill getting a good run off the corner on Bonwell. Bonwell still holding the lead. Is Bonwell going to ditch his partner and leave him to the back of this pack? Doesn't look like he's going to. These guys are in to die.
Oh, a lap car right there. Is that going to be trouble?
3-wide situation. We're going to be okay.
Wow. I didn't know what was going to happen there. I see,
you never know at Daytona.
I see Rhett Standing Water in the chat. Not really sure what happened. Rhett, did too much damage in the car or a bad connection?
Looks like currently Bonwell, the high line's starting to lose traction. Hill regaining the lead over Bonwell. Nate getting a little bit squirrely again, almost getting into Bonwell.
And Bonwell going to tuck it back down, take third for right now. Go back to Rigney. He kind of lost a little bit of time on them. If you go back to Jeff Schmidt, that group is definitely gaining. I think once they grab the 11 of Rigney, if they all stay in line and they work together, I think they'll catch this front pack. Probably by the time they catch them, we'll be looking for pit stops to happen.
Definitely, it'll be about pit stop time by the time they get to them. I think we'll be a few laps good on fuel, so we'll have to see how this grouping's going to sit. If people are going to short pit here, if we're going to have full fuel runs going on. Currently reaching the 1/4 mark for this race. 25 laps down, 75 to go. Robert Hill still your leader.
And take a look back here, Jeff Schmidt. They are going to pass the 11.
Smart move. The 11's gonna get back on. Are they gonna lift and allow him into their draft?
Yeah, you don't want to be that last car in that fourth car in a row of three. You just can't stay with them.
3-pack is the fastest. 4 is a crowd in this group.
All right, now we have Catilla out on the outside with Bonwell behind him.
Catilla and Bonwell. We've got a little bit of separation between McCorkle now being on the inside, helping it defend position with Hill. Gonna have a drag race down the backstretch to see if Catilla is gonna clear him and dump Bonwell. I think they're gonna stick to the high line. No, Catilla goes down to the bottom to throw a block.
Wow. We have a new
away from Hill, and Bonwell can only go back to the back of this pack.
We have a new leader.
Oh, it looks like Hill's going to go to the high side to help Bonwell. Drag race to the line. Catilla, your leader.
And they're closing in on, I believe that's Puffenbarger right there in the 42.
Puffenbarger currently going a lap down, stuck on the high side. Gets tight a little bit to the wall. His car will be okay.
Tell you what, we got a battle going on here at the top 4.
At 3 seconds separates this first and second pack. They are making up time ever so slightly. Like still we got a 2-lane battle in the front. Catilla still holding the bottom. Hill on the high side. Bonwell on the high side pushing Hill. Looks like Hill will be scored the leader this time by
Robert Hill back to the
Bonwell
front.
thinking about going 3 wide.
I wasn't sure if Hill was going to drop down in front. He might have hesitated, and
looks like he was thinking about it, but he didn't decide in time. The door was shut.
Yep.
It looks like second pack is gaining about a 1/10 a lap. Going to be a little bit longer than expected for them to get there, but they are gaining with this battle going on. That is helping.
Yeah, and these guys are smart, keeping it in a row, not trying to fight for position. Because if they start getting side by side, trying to fight for position, the only thing they're going to do is lose a bunch of time. So they're definitely doing the right thing.
Definitely, it's all about time management when you've got a separation. What's fastest? Who's the fastest front runner, and when can you get air?
Oh, almost a little bit of trouble there. 67 Robert Hill came back down behind the 322. It looked like they, I don't know if they made contact or just got a little bit wobbly there, but man, that looked pretty rough.
Getting a bump to the high side. Hill taking the low side. Looks like Bonwell looking to make a pass as well. No, he's going to stick with the high line.
I tell you what, we've seen the 67 out front, the 322 out front, the 304 out front, the 07 out front. All in a matter of 5 laps.
Currently, in the last 2 laps, second pack gained 7/10 due to this battle.
Wow. Oh, 322 is going around.
Gets turned.
See if he can keep it off. Yeah.
To keep it off the track, we're going to stay green.
Oh, that's going to hurt him right there. He's going to lose so much.
That's a lot of time lost. That 4-pack now becomes 3.
And, oh, contact.
Looks like Bonwell getting contact with Catilla. Bonwell's going to get a little bit of the wall.
Wow, there was some serious. I think Bonwell should be thankful about that because he was inside the 304. So kind of good that it
and look who's knocking on Bonwell's back bumper. Jeff Schmidt in the second pack.
Yeah, those guys have been really patient.
And now that first pack is separated, there's nothing contending with them between taking the lead. Schmidt pulling crossover after crossover with Bonwell, trapping him out of the line. Will there be enough space for him to take the second space? Trevarthen's able to keep the door shut. Marion able to keep the door shut. Schmidt transferring to the high line to keep Catilla trapped. Hill sticking to the low line.
Look at the two of Trevarthen, man. 3 wide.
3 wide. 3 wide. Bonwell, Catilla, and Trevarthen. Wow. There you go. It looks like getting tight with the 304 and the 2. Sharp's gonna get moved behind. It looks like Trevarthen needed to breathe.
Wow, Trevarthen, man, he got up there just in time.
Now, what a transfer! They're gonna drag race down the backstretch with this 2-pack. Is not gonna have the power of the high line.
And
They're gonna be catching Jeff Lubker.
Schmidt tucks it back down to the low line right now. He is a man on a mission. He got himself up to where he wants to be. Now he wants to get up to the front.
Yeah, they're going to rip up to the high line in 1 and 2, see if they can make it happen.
I'll tell you what, these guys are pulling some hard moves right here.
Yeah, these guys are leaving nothing in this early race. They're making sure they take the lead one way or another, and it looks like they're going to finally get a good run down this backstretch. Will they be able to get a good run out of the corner to be able to clear Catilla and get Trevarthen beside Hill? On the exit, Hill hugging the orange line. Trevarthen at the wall with a run. Gonna get to the rear quarter of Hill. Is he gonna be able to get there before the corner? Not gonna get there for the corner, but these guys definitely have the momentum to take the lead. Hill, your leader that time by. Trevarthen looking to take that away.
Tell you what, that outside line's looking pretty good right now. They are very steady up there.
Yeah, Bonwell just joining the bottom line to make it a 3x3 fight. 2 wide, 3 rows deep.
Yeah, this is going to get interesting
Who's
fast.
Gonna give? Yeah, the question is who's going to give here. Looks like there's going to be a little bit of a block on Hill. Catilla's going to get tight with Trevarthen. Then Trevarthen's going to sit in the middle. Keep Catilla down the bottom. Catilla gets a little bit loose, correcting himself there.
Tell you what, you see that move right there by Robert Hill Jr. jumping up into that outside line and holding them guys off and back down in the front.
Looks like top lane's not going to be able to hold us together. Bonwell will take 3rd. Trevarthen sitting 4th. Schmidt falling behind to, I believe, 6th. Marion 7th.
You got a lap car of the 42 Puffenbarger in that mix right now, too.
Looks like he's ready to rejoin the fray. He's currently 1 lap down, but that could change any minute. With pit stops coming up, it all depends on what strategy he's running. We have Rhett Standing Water rejoining the field, currently going into turn 1 on the inside line. Hill Jr. still leading the race after a huge battle between Trevarthen, Schmidt, and Marion.
I'll tell you what, Hill coming to 26 laps led, having himself a good run here. Let's take a quick look where he started. Oh, he started 2nd, that's right, on the outside row.
Nate Catilla started 12th, currently pushing him in 2nd. He is our biggest mover this race, 10 positions up.
And Josh Bonwell, your pole setter right now, sitting in 3rd. Let's see, Trevarthen, he started 10th, and he's currently hanging on to 4th. Jeff Schmidt started 3rd. He loses a couple spots. He's in 5th, but man, they had a good run back to the front. And Austin Marion started 5th, and he's currently sitting 6th. So these guys are definitely doing all right. You saw them get together earlier, man, and just run that line. They chased him down and had a good fight right there, almost for the lead.
That incident with Allen that happened with Vos, and Allen got some good separation going, and they had to drive it right back from a huge deficit. Currently, Minch taking it down pit road. I'll be the first of our people going down pit road for fuel and tires.
Let's jump inside with Austin Marion here. It's going to get up to about 199. We'll see what he can get going down the front stretch here. Quick flash up to 200. See a lot of rubber on that windshield too.
Yeah, definitely gonna. Some of these drivers definitely tear off.
Let's see what he gets going down this back stretch. Got 197, 8, 9.
Looks like we're gonna break 201 down the back stretch.
Nice.
Definitely got some good pace down the back stretch there.
So we have 6 cars here on the lead lap. Your top 6 together. The 42 of Puffenbarger sitting in 10th, 1 lap down. He is part of that draft. Should a caution come out, he will get the wave around, be the lucky dog, get him back on the lead lap. We saw him drop back earlier in the race. That was a good move that he did when that caution came out, though. Well, actually, the caution didn't come out when that wreck happened. I think he kind of backed off a little bit, and that's where he lost his momentum.
He knew exactly what was happening. He was ready for it. It was a great move. Yes, a lap down currently, but he does still have a functional car.
And we have
Attila to the pits. Will he be going alone?
Wow.
Attila goes alone and he spins it.
Oh, did he spin?
Yeah, he did lose it. That's gonna hurt. He will have no draft coming out, and he will lose a lot of time with that mistake.
To the 392, Bruce Wright in there with him. Go back up front. Robert Hill Jr. out front, the number 67. Coming to 31 this time by. We'll see when these guys are going to start heading into the pits. We've got about... We've got about 40
laps on most of these guys.
Oh, here they come.
To the pits. Bonwell to the pits. Marion and Puffenbarger to the pits.
I look like those guys did a good job getting in.
They got themselves down to speed, it looks like.
The 11 getting ready to exit. Jeremy Rigney. Ooh, 67 had a backup, just a pinch. Going to cost him a couple seconds. A couple of seconds could be a couple car lengths.
Definitely any time lost here is bad. It looks like Bonwell will come out the leader of that pack. Marion will be second car. Hill will be third. Puffenbarger will be fourth.
And Trevarthen right now being shown your leader here. And he's got the 61 of Jeff Schmidt right behind him. I got a feeling we'll see these two coming together.
Had 2 teammates running together. They'll definitely look to be on the same strategy. The lap Bonwell, Marion, and Hill. They'll have to come in this time.
Taking a look right now from the front of Jeff Schmidt to the back of Trevarthen. Got a little bit of right rear damage.
They're going to keep it going. So it looks like Hill, Marion, and Bonwell, none of them are off the hook from going a lap down. McCorkle currently out. No, Catilla now currently your lucky dog if we get a caution.
It changes just that fast. Looks like Trevarthen right now is going to just stay behind the 67 for the moment and try and use their draft, maybe save a little bit more fuel.
Yeah, definitely get closer to the end of the race. Looks like he's going to bring it in this time. It's going to bring it down as well.
Good job slowing down. Let's take a look at their times on pit road. See if they both can get themselves a nice clean stop.
And now we're going to have to look to Bonwell, currently or almost a lap down. That one, if they pass Schmidt and Trevarthen this time, they will be your leaders, and Bonwell will reclaim the lead. I don't know if they'll be able to have enough time to keep the lead out of the pits with Trevarthen and Schmidt alone.
We have Bonwell, Marion, and Hill going to be first, second, and third maybe when they get across the line.
Trevarthen and Schmidt are both away, but I do not think they have enough pace. Currently, they will not have enough pace. They will not be up to speed. Bond will most likely make the pass to become leader.
We'll have to keep an eye on this because the three of these guys right now pretty tucked in, trying to keep that line moving.
Do they pick up Schmidt? They will not pick up Schmidt. They're gonna pass him.
Yeah, I mean they're.
Bond will take second.
Oh, 65. Austin Marion gonna get behind him and try and grab him there.
Marion giving a good hand to Schmidt. Trevarthen got enough pace right now to hold the lead, but is Bonwell gonna let him have it?
I'll tell you what, right now he's got the momentum. He'll blow right by. I can't imagine he's gonna stop. Nope.
He is not gonna stop. He's gonna take the lead.
Yeah, I didn't think he would.
Trying to re-meet up with his teammate Jeff Schmidt. Like Marion and Puffenberger joining that group.
And look at Hill Jr. right now go right underneath the 7 of Bonwell.
Is this strategy?
I wonder if he maybe getting a little bit hot and they had to switch positions there.
It's definitely a possibility. Hill Jr. currently scored as your leader. Got a little bit of a separation between Bonwell and Hill. So Schmidt's going to profit from that and be able to get to the back bumper of Bonwell, but is he going to be able to battle? Marion looking to stick with the high line to make up some positions. Yeah, Bonwell going to the high line. He's gonna ditch Hill. Huge run from Schmidt.
Oh!
Ditch the high line from Hill.
Oh, that was scary right there.
Schmidt takes the lead currently, but they're going to drag race back to the line. Hill battling back. Like Marion still sticking to the high line. Trevarthen trying to get to his team. Puffenberger trying to get to the high line as well.
Yeah, you'll have 4 against 2. I mean, there's definitely, if they can keep it straight, they should be able to get by even with that high line.
4-2, the run through the tri-oval. Huge run for Schmidt. Coming into the corner. Not much gain for going into the entry for Hill. Hill's position currently under siege in this 4-on-2 battle.
And that shows you just
a good job pushing, I'll say that.
Yeah, it shows you just how much that outside line doesn't want to work in the Cup Series, man. 4 against 2, and the inside line still able to hold on.
It looks like now outside line's starting to get better runs as Schmidt's just about to clear Hill. He has him clear, but I think Hill's going to try. Hill's going to battle back, and Marion's going to try to get by as well to keep with Schmidt.
Yeah, Schmidt gets scored your leader that lap, so he's going to get that.
I think we have had most of this field currently lead a lap.
Take a quick look here. We've had 10 lead changes so far.
Wow. Hill making a quick change, try to break Schmidt's run, but he wasn't able to do it. They're going to get a good run into the corner. Schmidt trying to get a side draft on Bonwell. Marion trying to get to the back bumper of Schmidt. Trevarthen trying to get there as well. Looks like Puffenberger's going to stick to the bottom again. Is he going to be able to get to the back bumper? Right now, 2-on-2 battle. Currently looks like Standing Water and McCorkle are going to be lapped. Cars coming in 3 wide going into turn 1.
And they do a good job keeping it up top, out of the way.
Oh, a little bit of a wiggle from McCorkle. Almost gets Trevarthen right there.
Yeah, it was close. So now if these guys jump on with the outside line, it looks like the 322 is able to keep up and get into that draft. So he's going to be there. Was that the 355, jumps down to the inside line. Robert Hill Jr. still out front with Bonwell pushing him.
Right now, if the high line wants to work, Marion and Trevarthen need to get right up tight. The bumper of Schmidt. Schmidt's getting a good run on entries, but his exits are suffering due to the longer part of the track. Good run down the back stretch. Schmidt takes the lead. He gets the full car length on Hill. Is Marion able to get that run as well? On the entry, Hill gets a good run. Schmidt trying to defend the position. Currently, Rigney gonna go in the lap down. 3 wide in the tri-oval.
Wow. And looks like
Schmidt the leader.
Yep, Schmidt gonna get scored again.
5/1000ths of a second.
Wow. Let's see if the 11 of Rigney can catch on there and grab one of those lines, get somebody moved ahead. I tell you what, Jeff Schmidt doing a good job there on the outside line. You can see where it hurts. Center off, mostly off. They've got a great run coming in, but right about here it starts to change up.
And then they lose it till the exit. They get a good run off the exit, but center to the exits, all the inside lane getting a run. Marion looking to go 3 wide. A little bit of change of line from Schmidt.
And you see right there, Schmidt's got such a great entrance, and the 67 just able to go right through.
Bottom line really has a lot of rubber on it. Maybe a tire difference right now because the bottom line being run most. I think if Schmidt wants to hold the lead, he's going to have to dump his lane. And on the high side, huge run on the bottom from Hill as Schmidt slides out of line. A full car advantage for Hill Jr. after that slide. He's going to switch over and force them to slide higher. Does Hill lead the lap? Yes, he will.
And you see Hill's not afraid to jump up in front of that outside line and kind of slow them down a little bit. A little bit scary, but he's able to do it so far. It hasn't been a problem.
Tight. They're gonna have a good top lane's gonna have a good center off run off. Are they gonna be able to clear him? It's high line advantage currently going. Schmidt currently sitting a little bit of a note. Got a splitter in front of your leader. Bringing it real tight in the corner. No one's gonna bump. Almost contact between Marion and Bonwell.
Makes you wonder what the temperatures are going to be on the 07 of Bonwell and the 65 of Marion.
Definitely, I'd really want to see Bonwell's temps. Marion's got a little bit of a gap through most of the corner to get the car to breathe, but Bonwell's leaving no breathing room for his car. Hill and Bonwell successfully defend first and second again against this.
Ooh, Bonwell to the outside now.
Schmidt. Bonwell to the outside. Is Schmidt gonna play ball? Looks like Schmidt's going to. Schmidt's gonna give Bonwell a chance at running with Hill.
You see the 42 right there in that mix. Puffenbarger 1 lap down right there on the leader.
Puffenbarger trying to get his lap back any way he can. Bonwell getting a little bit of a shove from Schmidt to get him going. Hill getting a good advantage down the front stretch.
Let's take a look from the roll bar of Trevarthen.
Bonwell's going to have to back it out, giving Hill Jr. a huge 2-car buffer. Puffenbarger and McCorkle both a lap down. It looks like McCorkle might be drafting Puffenbarger. They will. Robert Hill has no drafting partner. McCorkle has a change of heart. Bonwell making a run back to McCorkle's rear bumper. Hill still your leader, but currently at the mercy of McCorkle, who's trying to get his lap back.
And we got so many positions swapping back and forth here.
Bonwell to the high line. Schmidt pulls a fake, goes back low. Bonwell trapped on the outside, in all alone.
Anybody going to go up, or are they going to leave him out there and freight train him to the back?
Going to be left out to dry
Ooh.
as Marion slams the door.
It looks like Marion might have got a little tap there from Travertine and got a little bit slippery.
Bonwell losing a ton of positions on that aggressive decision to take the high line.
And look, he's able to get it right back down in line and hold himself off again, regather it up, and try it again.
As McCorkle going to try to create another line to get his lap back. He could wait for the lucky dog, or he can take it back by himself. Currently just over halfway through the race, 57 laps down, 43 to go.
And right now McCorkle is that lucky dog, so the 42 Puffenberger is definitely he's got to be looking at that on his relative and saying, you know, I got to get in front of him, man. If something comes out, I want to be the lucky dog here.
Looks like we're going to have about 25 laps till we have another pit cycle going. Schmidt going back to the high line with Marion. McCorkle sticking to the bottom lane. Schmidt still trying to get to the high line with Marion.
I tell you, look at Schmidt, man. He is not giving up. He's got a great run on the outside. If they can just get enough momentum coming out, he can grab that lead and stay out there for a little bit.
It looks like McCorkle's trying to get to the bottom of Hill Jr. and stop drafting him. McCorkle getting a little bit loose there, splitting the air between the draft and clean air on his car.
And that's only up. Here comes the third car now. Travertine's going to go up to the outside. I was going to say that's only two cars up there on the outside line, and they're doing pretty good.
The outside line's really coming in as they're going to meet Wubker on the high lane, 3 wide, and they're going to get shuffled through again.
And it looks like Travertine on the outside. Looks like Rigney was going to go up there with him, but Rigney's going to tuck it back down low.
Good decision by Rigney to stick with Puffenberger. Mick getting an excellent run down the stretch. Now to see if he can complete the pass. Oh, McCorkle getting a good run with Hill Jr.
And look, just like that, Bonwell back up to third.
Second.
Oh, yeah.
Bonwell takes second away from Schmidt. Third car in line, second in position. McCorkle still your lucky dog.
Let's go back and take a look at Jeff Schmidt now.
Schmidt's still working the high line on Rigney.
Yeah, he's got Travertine with him, so he's not really alone. Oh, we see the 11 having some major issues right there.
Jeremy Rigney getting a decent amount of network blink there.
Yeah, it's
that is not helping the pace of the second pack.
And Bonwell back up to the outside. I don't know if he got forced up there, but he's going to drop it back down in front of the 42. So he's going to lose one spot.
Second place to try to see if he can take a crack at Hill. Hill's been so good on that bottom line so far. I don't know if there's a driver on the track who can take it from him.
It's going to be the next pit stop.
McCorkle still taking a look. I think he's waiting for Hill to slide up, and he's going to take the inside away from him.
That's what he needs to do. If he can get that car underneath and force him up to the outside line, he'll have a better chance of getting in front and taking that lead. Because you see the outside line, it's been really hard to get somebody in front of that leader.
Oh, definitely. McCorkle's just trying to get his lap back, but he's looking at taking all the stops. He keeps diving to the inside, looking to the outside, and Hill keeps making position transfers, which helps Marion.
I think if I was McCorkle, I'd probably be doing the same thing because the way it looks right now, it doesn't look like there's going to be a caution anytime soon.
Now coming with 37 laps to go, this time by Hill still leading, McCorkle sitting as the lucky dog in 7th, Marion in 2nd, 3rd car in line. Currently the whole field looking at one line of real estate and everyone looking to pass.
Looking back from our leader to second, not second place. That's a 3:22. Cody McCorkle 1 lap down in 7th, but in the 2nd position. And looks like we have a run on the outside line coming.
Austin, Marion, Bonwell on the high line. Hill makes a little bit of a block there to slow their line. Bonwell dumps Marion.
Marion gonna shuffle back. See if anybody jumps up there with him to give him a hand.
No one close enough. Really, Puffenberger sticking to the low line. Marion tucks it in behind Bonwell.
I didn't think he was going to get in that hole fast enough. It looked like it was going to close up.
McCorkle's got two issues going on. He's got to pass the leader for his lap back, and he can't get past to get his lap back. So he's got a really big issue going on. He's got to pass Hill, but he also can't be passed at the same time.
Yeah. And he's got, who is it, the 42, Brandon Puffenberger's only 3 cars back, 3rd car back, and they are for position.
And Bonwell looking for another opening to take another shot at Hill to take the position away.
And Puffenberger now up there alone. That's going to move him back a little bit further.
Going to give McCorkle space.
See Rigney now on the outside of Puffenberger. They are for position also.
Rigney forced to tuck it back in. Trevarthen getting a run. Schmidt sticking to the high line. He's going to tuck in behind Trevarthen. Trevarthen trying to use the run to get to Marion, possibly open up another high line.
Tell you what, Robert Hill Jr. been out here 50 laps this time by. Definitely having himself a good run here tonight.
Definitely this race has been fantastic for a Daytona race.
Ooh, looked like we had a little bit of...
And McCorkle and Bonwell looks like they bottomed out a little bit on the apron.
Yeah, it looked like McCorkle's car was getting ready to launch.
High line opens up, Marion leading, followed by Trevarthen, followed by Schmidt. 3-on-3 battle. Can Hill hold? High line advantage finally comes in to take the run. Hill making a little bit of a change. McCorkle looking for the inside of Hill. Hill chops him off quick enough to keep his position in line.
And they're coming to the 32 of Eric Minch. Easily going to move out of the way. Let these guys go on by. I know when you're the leader and you're coming up against a lap down car, you hope he stays out of the way. If you're everybody else, you want him to be in the way.
Exactly. Marion getting a good run side by side with Hill. If Marion can hold his position, he could clear. Hill getting a little bit of an advantage down the backstretch. Marion looking to get a push from Trevarthen. He will.
And he's
Marion
got the
getting a nose
61.
advantage.
He's got the 61. If he can just close in a little bit more on the 2 and get that outside line just a little bit tighter.
Varthan sneaking back in on Marion to give him another push. More momentum coming. Hill unable to chop off the line to break the momentum. Going into 1, Hill with the advantage. Marion at his door. Hill will clear Marion once again and keep defending his position.
And you got Schmidt now a lot closer to Trevarthen, so that's going to close it up a little bit more. Now you got the 42, Puffenbarger out there, and the 11, Rigney. So these guys might form a pretty big outside line here. If they can close it up and get within, you know, bumper distance of each other, man, they can make that outside work.
Oh, the outside's got speed, but there's no one bump drafting to get more speed out of the backstretch.
It's hard to get to the bumper with these cars, though. If the driver up front isn't dragging the brake a little bit for you to make contact with them, man, you get that cushion in between the cars. It's so hard to make contact.
Yeah, that's the only issue right now with this package. Getting to the rear bumper is a task.
Yeah, it seems like the driver up front has to kind of trail brake just a little bit to let you get to that back bumper, and then we've seen it work where the lead driver will trail brake a little bit, get the second driver to the bumper, and kind of almost slingshot both of them by. But it's a really hard thing to do. It's like saving fuel. You know, how do you save fuel in race? It's just something that doesn't sound good together.
Yeah. Marion getting a good run, getting back to the side of Hill. Hill getting a good run, push from McCorkle and Bonwell. McCorkle still trying to fake Hill out. Hill holding the bottom line. Nate Catilla going to join a lap down club.
I'll tell you what, he's been doing a really good job right there. McCorkle staying on the back of the leader all these laps.
Currently pushing him, well battling him, so it's an interesting battle right now.
And it looked like Bonwell, I didn't know if he slid up to the outside, but did a good job saving it. Looked like it almost got away on him. He's going to be up
Bonwell
in the outside.
On the high side.
Yep. Going to have to tuck it in behind the 61 of Jeff Schmidt.
Is there a car in this field that has enough to get Hill? Hill's currently had the perfect line. He's running a fantastic race so far. 27 laps to go this time by.
Yeah, we'll have to see. This is going to be the money stop here.
Got about 10 laps till we're going to see pit stops. McCorkle still trying to get under Hill. Marion trying to get to the outside of Hill.
And there goes Schmidt to the outside now. Going to join that line.
Bonwell looking between the lines to see which one will benefit him the most. Marion getting a good run down the backstretch.
Yeah, see if he can keep it going on the way out.
Marion with an advantage currently. A bumper advantage for Marion coming out of the front stretch. Drag race to the line. Momentum for the high line.
And he is going to get it.
Austin Marion.
Wow, that was a good run right there. He's got his lap led. We'll see if he can keep that up and take that spot.
The question is Marion gonna keep the lead for himself, or is he gonna try to take his high line teammates with him?
I'd say right now, if I was him, I would stay with the 2 in the outside and wait for this final pit stop. They seem to be working real good together. I would try and work it out to pit with him. If I dump him up on the outside, I'm going to be left alone.
Austin Marion cutting that corner a little bit tight, almost getting into the right quarter panel of Hill.
Yeah, it looked like he was trying to get some serious side draft off of him, man. And
Hill, your leader that time by a little bit of contact between McCorkle and Trevarthen. Highline gets checked up.
man, these guys are fighting it out here right now.
24 laps to go.
Just waiting now to see who's going to step off into the pits to make that final stop. But I don't think anybody can make it to the end from here.
I do not believe there is a car on track that can save that much fuel on this track. Marion, your leader this time. Braiding going on between Marion and Hill.
Looked like the outside line kind of broke apart a little bit right there.
Yeah, they might be looking to call their pit stop. They're going 1, 2, 3 in single file. I bet that's the pit call.
Yeah, a little hard to get in the pit from the outside line when you have cars underneath you. We'll see now. This is where you win or lose.
They're going to stay in line. Who's going to be the first one to crack strategy?
And you got to hope you can get it woed down in time. Don't get run over. Don't spin it like we saw earlier. And then get a good stop in your pit stall without having to back up. Don't slide through. Pressure is on. You got all that going through your mind when you're getting ready to come into the pits. And I tell you what, it's so easy to make that mistake.
No mistakes for Hill this time. If he makes a mistake, that could be his lead.
And here comes
Marion, Trevarthen, and Schmidt to the pits.
Oh,
They're getting a little bit loose.
Catilla spins coming in.
Attila, I believe that's twice for the 304 coming up onto pit road.
Yeah, he must have some serious brake in there, man. Oh, the 65 of Marion had to back it up.
Oh, time lost for Marion.
Schmidt had a great stop right into his stall. Looks like Trevarthen's going to get out first. Schmidt and then
Down
Marion.
second. Our line is getting completely switched up with Trevarthen leading it.
All right, here comes
Hill going
Bonwell.
down to the pits with McCorkle at his side.
And these guys are coming down now.
No penalties given. McCorkle gives him the line in.
Looks like two good stops right there.
Hill and Bonwell getting in perfectly.
Bonwell going to take 4.
Schmidt and Marion in 3, coming out of 4. They will cycle out with the lead. They will have the pace for it.
Right now, Hill's still being shown. Your leader, Schmidt, there in 4th. They definitely have a good run going.
McCorkle leading Hill. Hill trying to get enough speed to be able to get back and retain his lead. Well, the pack with Trevarthen, Schmidt, and Marion is burning up.
McCorkle right now technically back on the lead lap. Right in front of the 67 of Robert Hill Jr., your leader. We'll see.
I don't think he's going to let Robert by.
Right now, the best thing Robert could do is just stay with him, because if he starts trying to get to the outside or the inside, they're going to slow down a little bit. And you have Jeff Schmidt right now going past Bonwell. Trevarthen's going to jump up on the outside. Bonwell going to jump up behind him. Schmidt is in 2nd. if Robert Hill starts fighting for the lead, going to bring Schmidt right to his back bumper.
Hill's only got one thing he can do now, and that's sit beside McCorkle. McCorkle trying to hold the lead lap position while Schmidt, Marion, and Trevarthen, followed by Bonwell, try to get back to the lead.
19 laps to go, and he's got about 4.1 seconds over second place Jeff Schmidt. So we'll have to see what goes on here. Let's go back to Jeff Schmidt, Austin Marion, Trevarthen, and Bonwell. A little bit off, kind of lost the draft of these guys.
I believe Trevarthen's having problems sticking to the rear bumper of these guys. I think he's down on power a bit.
Let's jump inside with him and take a listen.
It looks like he's losing 10 to 15 RPM to the rest of the field.
We're inside right now with the number 2, Michael Trevarthen. See what kind of speed he gets going down the backstretch here.
So far, an update on the drivers in the pits. Dylan Vos has taken it behind the garage. Bruce Wright has taken it behind the garage. And Rigney has suffered a throughput. His network did not hold.
Oh. I think I'd rather get wrecked out than have that happen.
Yep.
Go back up front. So far, Robert Hill is still hanging on behind the 322 of Cody McCorkle, which I think is a smart move. They're down to about 3.2 seconds right now ahead of Jeff Schmidt in second. So that second line is definitely closing in on them.
That pace Hill and McCorkle are making is not going to be good enough to hold off Marion.
Now, you know, if you're Jeff Schmidt, you are not going to try to pick up Hill. You're going to try to go around him. Just have to see if Hill, we've seen him pull some bold moves, see if he's going to pull out in front of the 61 and try and force it.
Yeah, I think if I'm Schmidt this late in the race, I'm going to take it.
Just got to see, though, of Hill, because we've seen Hill go up to the outside line and block the outside line. I wonder if he sees Jeff Schmidt jump to the outside, will he run up there and take that chance of getting that bump?
And will Schmidt give him enough time and give him a break? That'll be the questions going on.
I don't know. This late in the race, you know. Going to be 15 laps to go this time by. Jeff Schmidt right.
Looking to try to pass McCorkle. McCorkle opened up the door for a second and slammed it in Hill's face. 2.8 seconds separates Schmidt and Hill. Now it's 2.1 with that lap. Hill running a 45.924, Schmidt running a 45.142, 0.8 of a second difference.
Wow.
As Schmidt, Marion, Puffenberg, and Trevarthen all run down your leader.
And they are closing in. They have them in their sights. Let's see what Jeff Schmidt's looking at.
I think we got one more lap of solitude for Hill. Then it's going to be Schmidt knocking on the door of the leader. See what they're at the line. 1.3 seconds separates Schmidt and Hill.
And look what we have going on here up in the front.
Two wide battle. McCorkle going back a lap down. Hill taking the lead for this pack, and that's going to hurt time.
Yeah, they tried to swap really fast. That puts Hill back out front. I believe Schmidt and those guys are going to have the momentum here if they can just keep it together. I'm curious to see.
Got a lot of momentum coming out of the corner. 5 miles an hour difference.
Curious to see what's going to happen here because we are closing in. Going to be 13 laps to go this time by.
It's going to run it all the way to the back bumper of McCorkle before jumping it to the high lane. Hill sticks to the bottom.
We'll see if they can do anything with that outside line, or are we going to stall out like before?
The question. Puffenbarger joins the bottom field. There's going to be a lot of separation between Hill and McCorkle. Schmidt currently your leader going into 3. Hill takes a good run into 3, taking the lead back. Schmidt trying to pinch down McCorkle there. Schmidt getting a good run back, but I believe Hill's going to keep the lead for this lap.
And we got 3 on 3 right here.
At 3 on 3, Marion takes a little bit of a peek on Schmidt.
And if you look, the 322, Cody McCorkle is 6th. The 42 of Brandon Puffenbarger is 7th, and they are both a lap down for position.
They're both for position. Schmidt taking a lower line down the backstretch to try to keep Hill Jr. down to the bottom. Smart move there. Keep him to as limited of a run as he can get.
Yeah, he's definitely bringing it down a lot lower than he has been now.
Schmidt getting a side draft off McCorkle, trying to clear Hill.
And Marion
Hill getting a little bit of a wiggle there.
Marion doing a great job giving him that push.
Hill still your leader by 3/1000ths of a second, about the width of a splitter.
And that was 70 laps led that time by. We're going to be coming to 10 laps to go. The pressure is on now.
Yep, lots of pressure right now on your leader. Right now, Schmidt sticking to the high line, trying to make anything he can work to try to clear Hill. McCorkle, the only person sticking with Hill on the bottom line. Top lane forms up, 4 cars strong.
I tell you what, McCorkle's been doing a great job all race here since he's been a lap down behind that 67. He has not given up. He has not gotten off his bumper, and he's been keeping that 67 out front.
Oh, there's that bump draft coming in through the tri-oval. Schmidt gets a huge run. Clears about a car and a half to gap. Now he's going to be straight beside Hill. Hill's going to get an advantage off the run, sticking to the bottom lane. High lane advantage kicks in. Schmidt gaining a little bit. Marion gaining a run, trying to get a little bit of a cushion. He's going to give Schmidt a little bit of a bump going into the corner. Schmidt sticking to the high lane. Is he going to be able to clear Hill?
Oh, he's got it coming to the line.
He's got him clear. Is he going to dive down to the bottom? 9 laps to go this time by. Hill sticking trapped on the bottom, 2nd place. Marion looking to make it 3 wide. Oh, Schmidt gets turned. Hill takes front end damage. Marion takes the lead.
And no yellow.
Trevarthen on the high line, Marion on the low line. Hill sitting in 3rd place. We're going to have a yellow.
Yeah, it looked like Schmidt was trying to get the car turned around, and he got stuck there on the transition.
Wow, what a game changer right there. Schmidt having a clean front end, but his back end is destroyed.
And he was scored your leader that last time by.
Yeah, got a bit of contact with Marion, tried to make it 3 wide. And he got a little bit of contact as well with Hill, so I wonder how that's going to affect Hill's restarts, as he has right front damage.
And now, did the 322 pick up any incidents under that caution? Hopefully not. Well, it's scoring Puffenbarger in front of him, so Puffenbarger might be your lucky dog.
Yeah, Puffenbarger will be the lucky dog, and as long as he didn't pick up any incidents.
And that could just be a bump draft incident, and he'll lose that lucky dog. So we'll have to keep an eye and see what happens with him.
Neither driver picked up incidents, so it's all up to iRacing who gets the lucky dog.
And all that time, the 322 of Cody McCorkle was in front of the 42. So if the 42 gets it, man, I don't think the 322 is going to be too happy about it.
It's been this whole race, we're looking at a battle between Hill and Schmidt. And a whole new battle opened up with Hill and Marion.
And where is Schmidt? Jeff Schmidt is still on track. He's got some heavy rear damage on the car.
I don't know if that's going to hurt his aero, but he's got a fairly clean front end.
We have a couple guys that have come in.
Bonwell's going to come in for some fresh tires. He's going to be the only one in the grouping.
He's really got nothing.
Brandon Puffenberger is the lucky dog.
Yeah, he really has nothing to lose. Bonwell by coming in right now. Not like he's going to be
back of this field currently. He's going to get 4 tires to try to keep the grip as the pace has slowed down on the older tires.
Yeah, and it's not like he's going to be starting 20 cars back. He's still going to be right up there in the front of this group. So if he can get himself hooked up the right way, I'll tell you what, he's definitely going to make some noise here at the end.
3 or 4 laps to go, and when we hit green again.
I wonder if Puffenbarger is going to come in and get some tires.
Going to skip pit road this time by. I wonder if he's going to go by next time, if it gives him the option. I mean, he's going to have to restart from the end of the longest line anyway, so why not?
Yeah, why not? That's the way I look at it. You're going to start in the back anyway. You might as well get some tires. He can be back there with Bonwell, and the two of them can hook up and fresh tires. Man, that can be something right there.
Well, exactly. It's Puffenberger will restart in the 5th row in 9th place. And all he's got to do is drive through 2 rows of cars, and he's already at Bonwell's rear end.
So we already had 19 different lead changes. We're on the caution number 2, 93 laps completed. And we'll have about, I'm going to say 5 laps, maybe a 5-lap shootout.
Eric Minch and Brandon Puffenberger both bring it down. Minch is currently sitting 6 laps down. Puffenberger just got his lead lap back.
Yeah, I think that's a good move by him.
I definitely think tires is the right decision for the guys at the back at least. Now, the interesting thing to look at is going to be if this damage will affect Hill. Because he does have right front damage.
Yeah, you can see a little bit of right front damage on the right there where the fender and the hood meet. 61 Jeff Schmidt has lost the tail end of the car, but he's got a good front.
Got a bit of a crinkled spoiler, but I think his car will be able to hold together at least for now.
Yeah, and I mean, we're only going to be having, the way it looks like now, maybe a 4-lap shootout. Hang on tight, because this is going to be definitely some hard laps right here.
Now, what do you think? What are the chances of us finishing green?
It's going to be close, man, because right now, the way it looks, there's a lot of guys out here that can get to the front. And you know how it is when you get down this low in laps, you're not worrying about taking a chance. You see that door open, even if it's the slightest crack, you're going to go.
Definitely, it's going to be an interesting battle to see who's going to link up with who, and if Marion's going to be able to get another push from Schmidt after that last incident.
Now, is Marion going to start on the inside or the outside? Because either way, Trevarthen's going to be on his side. So does he want to be up top with Schmidt or down low with Hill? I think I'd want to be down low with Hill because we know he has a pretty good car. Even with that little bit of damage, still should be enough.
Yeah, definitely. I think the low line would be the best given what did just happen if Schmidt doesn't give Marion a push. And just seeks a lower line while giving Marion just a little bit of draft here and there.
And look who's
really
sitting.
Gonna hurt him.
Look who's sitting back there in the 5th. You got the 07 of Josh Bonwell, and then right up on the outside is the 42 of Puffenbarger in 6th, and both of those guys got fresh tires.
Now, will fresh tires prevail in this battle? We got the top 5 top 4 having no fresh tires, 5th and 6th. The tail end of the lead lap having fresh tires. Will the battle be won by tires or by the crowd without.
It's definitely going to be interesting. I hope it stays green. I would love to see this end under green under a heavy battle. But you know,
yeah, thousands. I would love to see thousands of a second win.
See mayhem across the line, man. See the winner come across the line backwards.
No, upside down and on fire, Clint Boyer style.
Telling you. All right, we're getting ready. This is going to be it, either way you look at it.
Yep. Next caution will end it. Pace car dives in. Leader kicks it off. Trevarthen does not get the restart he wants. Marion gets a full car and transfers to the high line. Interesting.
Yeah, it looks
Schmidt,
like
Trevarthen and Marion all working together to try to keep Hill away from the lead. Schmidt trapped on the high line. Trevarthen sticks with Marion.
Bonwell's going to move. Going to bring Bonwell up to fourth. Bonwell's going to close in a little bit there on Hill.
Bonwell and Puffenbarger, fourth and fifth, well followed by a good push from McCorkle. Schmidt's going to have to join the back of the field. Outside looking in. Anything can happen in this race. Anybody can win right now.
You know, with 2 laps to go, if Bonwell can jump up on the outside with the 42 and the 322, they can give these guys some heavy pressure, because we see the 322 McCorkle, man, he's a great pusher tonight.
Yeah, McCorkle's been great. It all depends on who he wants to stay with. Right now, Marion, Trevarthen, and Hill, your top 3 looking to stay together. Bonwell looking to separate. Hill goes to the high line. Bonwell's gonna push Hill. Puffenbarger sticking to the low line. 2 cars currently on the high line. The rest in the low line. Bonwell looks to dump Hill, but he's slams the door by Puffenbarger.
Yeah, he could not get in there in time.
Hill gets beside Trevarthen. Puffenbarger and Bonwell battle for fourth. 2 laps to go. White flag next time by. Austin Marion, your leader, followed by Hill, then Trevarthen. Will the high line prevail, or will the low line? We'll have a little bit of contact between Trevarthen and Hill. Bonwell transfers to the bottom lane. Puffenbarger takes 3rd place. Bonwell takes 4th. Hill falling to 5th. McCorkle looking to give Hill a push. Now the battle settles out to Marion, Trevarthen, Puffenbarger, Bonwell, Hill looking to get another good run to take another attempt at cracking the top 3.
The white flag is going to come out this time, and it's a long way back around to the start-finish line.
2.5 miles for Austin Marion with the lead. Will his current draft mates stick with him, or are they going to dump him at the line? They're going to stick with him currently. Bonwell looking to open up another line. Puffenbarger sitting 3rd. Trevarthen trapped in the middle in 2nd.
Man, that's a tough spot.
2 to go. 1.2 miles to go for Marion.
That's a tough spot to be in right there for Bonwell, because if he goes out there and the 67 does not follow him, he gets shafted another spot.
Marion sticks to the low line like glue. Trevarthen looking to get back to his back bumper. Out of 4, Marion still your leader. Trevarthen does not fade from his back end. Austin Marion will take the Daytona 100.
Wow, with 10 laps, 11 laps led, Austin Marion going to take the win.
Yeah, Marion, Trevarthen, Puffenbarger, followed by Bonwell and Hill, will settle the top 5. Schmidt will settle with 5th, McCorkle 7th, Nate Catilla in 8th, Minch 9th, Rigney 10th, Wright 11th, Webker 12th, Standing Water 13th, Vos 14th, Skylar Allen Sr. in 15th, and Carlson Sanders in 16th.
That was definitely a great finish, and under green.
And under green, 6/100ths of a second.
Wow. Yeah,
separated.
That's a tough spot to be in, man. Like Bonwell and a couple of guys that were back a little bit, because if you jump to the outside, the guy behind you is for position. If he doesn't decide to go with you, man, I don't know. That's kind of rough.
Yeah, it looked like Trevarthen was. All 3 of them are going to burn it down. These three were definitely looking to have something together. Minch, their teammate's going to join it as well.
That was definitely a great race right there.
Well planned. Hill put up every bit of fight he could, but after Marion cleared him and that caution came out, Marion set sail with Trevarthen.
All right, we will give these guys a minute, and then we'll go ahead and get some interviews going. We'll get 3, 2, 1. Let's go to our third place driver. Brandon Puffenbarger started 16th, man, and he manages to finish 3rd. That was a pretty good run.
He started off from near the back, from the back of the pack, dead last, and drove it all the way back from being a lap down after dropping out after seeing what was going to be that accident early on that would claim several drivers, to getting the lucky dog and finishing 3rd on fresh tires.
All right, I'll get Puffenbarger down here and I'll bring him to you. How about that?
All right.
Okay.
Brandon Puffenberger, SR Broadcasting Booth, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
So you started 16th and finished 3rd. We saw you early on in the race. You were racing in a huge pack, and then you just backed her down and checked out. Talk us through what was happening through that chaos.
Yeah, I saw a couple of guys were moving around a little bit, so I wanted to back out and just try to save until the end of the race, and then it kind of bit me, and I went a lap down for 80 laps until the last 10, and then I got back on a lead lap.
Yeah, when it was starting to run down, were you starting to think you'd made the wrong decision and regretting that, or did you think there was going to be that one more caution?
I thought there was going to be one more caution before 10 to go, so I thought I was making the right move, but I made the move, so I was just going to stick with it and see what happened.
Alrighty, is there anyone you'd like to thank?
BGR, Skylar and all the admins for putting this on. Airborne Graphics, and that's it.
All right, you had a good race, up 13 positions from your starting point.
Yep.
Have a good night.
You too.
All right, that was Brandon Puffenbarger, who started 16th, and he finishes 3rd here tonight. And you saw he was down a lap for quite a while, battling out with the, the 322, Cody McCorkle. And, man, he got lucky and got that spot back. Let's get your Trevarthen down here and talk to our second place driver. As soon as I can find him, here he is. All right, Mike Trevarthen, SR Broadcasting, you got a copy.
What's up, brother?
Hey, man, great run here, buddy. You started 10th, you finished 2nd. Man, what an exciting finish there. Walk us through the last part of the race.
Well, with Metalhead there, we were trying to work together. Got a little hairy earlier in the race, so we dropped towards the back and stuck together. You know, the front pack there seemed to kind of disintegrate and not working with each other, so we were able to get back up there to them, and we kind of had a strategy. I had a little bit of rear end damage from that first accident where a car missed the middle pedal there, and I was not good leading and I was not good in the back, so I had to kind of stick me in the middle most of the race, and that's kind of the strategy we had, and luckily was able to pull it together as a team and pull it out here.
Yeah, we watched you guys pretty much through the race sticking together and staying in line, and every lap just kind of gaining a little bit more on them. That end run there was amazing. Just watching you guys running them down. It was just something, nail biter. Definitely a lot of fun here, man. Glad to see it end under green and see you come from 10th to 2nd, man. You guys did a great job pulling it together. Good pit stops in and out all together, man. I'll tell you what, the pressure was definitely on there towards the end. I don't know how you guys kept it green all the way to the end, but we're glad you did.
Yeah, most definitely. Congratulations to Austin, and hell, congratulations to Metalhead Motorsports. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we swept the weekend. Couldn't be happier with that. So, like I said, yeah, great night of racing. Not typical of the plate tracks, them being a crapshoot and all. Like I said, happy to come out of here with a great points night.
Yeah. How about next week, Kentucky? How you feel about going that way?
Yeah, we're strong at the 1.5 tracks. Pretty strong everywhere we go. So, like I said, contenders to win, most definitely. See if we can pull it off the transporter and make some quick time.
All right, awesome, man. Well, listen, I know it ain't the win, but coming from 10th to 2nd and getting her done, man, congratulations on it. Before we let you go celebrate, anybody you want to shout out to?
Yeah, most definitely. Give a shout out to you guys in the broadcast booth and everything you guys have brought this year. Like I said, awesome broadcasting you guys do. So congratulations to you guys. Skylar and all the admins at Go Fast Racing League. Without them, we wouldn't be here. And like I said, definitely Metalhead Motorsports, man.
Yeah, you guys definitely put on a good show, man, and we appreciate the kind words. And we'll look for you next week at Kentucky and see what you guys got over there.
All right, brother. See you then.
All right, go celebrate, man. Okay, that was your second place driver, Michael Trevarthen. I believe you got the winner here now, Curtis.
I do. Austin Marion SR Broadcasting Booth. You got a copy?
Oh yes, I got a copy.
You really made that interesting. You got clear of you guys finally got clear of Hill at the end of the race, and it looked like you got a little bit of contact with Schmidt, sent him down. Was that the intent there, or was it just a bad touch?
It was just a bad touch. We got off center from one another. It got a little dicey. I feel bad. Otherwise, it'd be Jeff in here celebrating the win.
That was
I don't like to win bumping someone, but it's exciting.
Sadly, it's Daytona, and that's how you win races. You definitely brought it down to the line after that pass. We had a couple guys going for tires. A lot of the field didn't yet. 4 and 6 on the lead lap ended up pitting. And did you think the damage Hill received? Were you afraid he might try to make another daring pass, or did you think you and Michael were going to be able to hold the line?
I was pretty sure, especially after Hill got into Michael trying to side draft there. I felt a lot comfortable there that last lap. Without that, it was pretty dicey because that guy was dominant the entire race. It was hard to get past him. We were trying. We switched out all three of us in a row. We tried to pass him. We couldn't get around him.
They definitely had a dominant car. He led, I don't know, I think it was 75, almost 80 laps out of the 100. You got 11 done. There was a few others that just got shifted through the lead change. Talk us through the last lap. Were you nervous at all, or were you good with knowing that Trevarthen was back there pushing you the whole way?
Oh, I'm always good when Trevarthen's behind me. That's if any of my teammates are behind me on the last lap, I feel good. Unless it's a short track, because I know they'll spin me out if it comes down to it, if we're not going to lose any more positions. But not like completely spin out, but give a little bump and run or something like that. But this group at Metalhead, they're the best. All these guys, Eric Minch, Jeff Schmidt, Mike Trevarthen, Dylan Vos, which he got wrecked out in that big wreck early on. All these guys are great. I couldn't have won this race without those guys behind me.
All right, congratulations on your win. Congratulations to your team for sweeping the entire weekend. That's awesome. Before you go celebrate, is there anyone you'd like to thank?
I just have to thank this really great team of Metalhead Motorsports. We're nothing without one another. We work really hard to do really well in this league, and look for us in the championship. We're going to be kicking some ass and taking some names, so we're going to be good.
All right, will do. Congratulations on your win. You have yourself a good night.
All right, thanks, guys.
Yeah, congratulations on the win, man. We'll look for you next week at Kentucky, see what you got there.
Yep, I love Kentucky, so hopefully I'll be able to put on a good show. I don't know if I'll be able to win, but I'll put on a good show there.
Yeah, you guys do a great job, man, and congratulations to you and all your teammates up there, man, and we can't wait to see what happens next week, man. Again, congratulations on the win.
Thanks, guys. I'm going to go have another beer.
Yes, sir.
All right, enjoy it.
All right, that was your winner, Curtis, I'll tell you what, man, that was something else, man. Great finish all the way right down to the line, man. Green finish and all.
Yeah, I was a little nervous with the wreck at the beginning, taking a bunch of the cars out, but man, the guys that were left really put on a great show.
Yeah. Next week we'll be live at Kentucky. We'll have some more points for you. Quick look at the points coming into tonight's race. Definitely going to be a shake-up after tonight, and we'll have some more points for you next week. See which way these guys go, who moves up, who moves down. Let's take a quick look at the summary here, man. We had 19 lead changes, 2 cautions. 19 lead changes, man. It seemed like these guys were changing leaders like almost every other lap, you know what I mean?
Yeah, as soon as we got to at the beginning, we were just trading positions the whole way, and then every time we started pitting, there was 3 to 4 lead changes through there. It was insane, the amount of lead changes. 2 cautions for 100 laps at Daytona. That's insane.
Yeah, definitely. All right, let's go over the results. We'll wrap it up, and then we'll come back next week at Kentucky. Tune in and watch these guys run. I believe next Friday night, both for broadcasting will be doing their, I think it's the Grand National Series, 8:45. So tune in on Friday night to watch GFRL, and then tune in Saturday night and watch them in the Homenet Hosting Cup Series at Kentucky. Let's go take a look at our results here. You have Austin Marion. He comes home your winner here tonight. He's got 11 laps led. Hard-fought battle, man. Definitely gets it done. Michael Gerarthan takes second. Brandon Puffenbarger takes third. Josh Bonwell will finish fourth. He did start on the pole tonight. Robert Hill Jr., who led a ton of laps here tonight. Dominant car will take home fifth. Jeff Schmidt will take home sixth. Cody McCorkle with a great run will take seventh. Nate Catilla will be eighth. Eric Minch will finish ninth. Jeremy Rigney will finish 10th. 11th is Bruce Wright. 12th will be Jeff Wupker. 13th is Rhett Standingwater. Dylan Vos will finish 14th. Skylar Allen Sr. will finish 15th. And 16th goes to Charlton Sanders. All right, your winner here, Austin Marion, 11 laps led, started 5th, takes home the win. Really good race. We appreciate you guys having us on board, and we'll see you next week at Kentucky. Curtis, have yourself a good night, and I'll catch up with you later on.
Catch up with you next week.
Yes, sir. Have a good night, everybody.
Have a good one.